Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am bringing you anti-MLM content, so of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the MLM horror story of one of my channel members, Rhonda Online. Thank you so much for sending me your story, especially because after reading through everything, it's really sad to me, and we're gonna go over everything that is being discussed. In addition, there is an MLM company that I have never heard of before. This is what Rhonda Online had to say. I started with Tiber River in 2019. I moved back to my home community to look after my ailing mom in 2016, and after she passed in 2018, I was at a loss. I want to stop it right here because even though I've already spoken to this person, I just want to acknowledge that I do send my condolences to you and your family. I'm so sorry for your loss, but let's keep going. All I did for 2 years was work, mom, and my special needs daughter. I had a really big hole in my life after my mom passed and found that I was getting a bit depressed. I had used the Tiber products for a couple of years and decided to sign up to make a little money selling them. The commission was 30% right from the start, which I thought was good, and I had no intention to recruit. I was involved in other MLMs in the past, and I was just not comfortable with the recruiting. I did end up signing up a couple of people, but they approached me. Otherwise, I would not have had a team. As time went on, I came to see that we had one of the original ambassadors in the small city I lived in, and she was a selling machine, between $10,000 to $20,000 in product per month. So even selling it was difficult. I need to stop right here for a little bit of comedic relief because that first paragraph was very heavy. But as soon as I read this portion where it says so even selling it was difficult, and the person was like one of the biggest sellers in this same exact in Rhonda Online's city, I thought of that scene in Schitt's Creek where David and Moira start their presentation for Alley-Vu and they try to sell it to the people of Schitt's Creek, and they're all distributors for it. So, and that's the first thing that popped into my head was that scene. Let me know in the comment section if you're a Schitt's Creek fan, because I'm definitely a fan of that show. So I settled for supplying my family and friends, and even then ended up with a shitload of products by the time I finally saw the light. Thank you, by the way. So I started donating lotions, soaps, and bath products to women's shelters and slashed the prices on all I had left this past Christmas, 2022, and had a heyday at our local markets. Everything went for 70 to 80% off. Finally, had a market where I had sales. But Tiber wasn't my only MLM. I just want to say that this paragraph right here, this is something that we've heard with, if you've been within the anti-MLM movement for a bit, or if you've been consuming this kind of content, this is something that we have heard of in the past, that you have a lot of product. Back in early 2021, I did a video about inventory loading, what it is, and things of that nature. So I will leave that linked below because that kind of goes along with what we're talking about in this paragraph. From my own personal experience, if you've been here for a bit, you've heard this story many times, but with my experience with my first MLM in Mary Kay, I had a shit ton of product in my house that, I couldn't sell. So this is something that happens more times than not. I know that a lot of MLM reps will say, oh, well, this doesn't happen. And while it may not be a requirement in that MLM company to hold inventory at home, this is the reality for some MLM companies. However, at the same time, if you have to meet a PV every single month, and if you are purchasing product, I mean, we've seen it time and time again with a lot of these MLM reps of them showing their inventory or their personal products. There have been so many times, especially with money, I've seen so many reps that have in the background, they have multiple bottles of shampoo and conditioner. And it's like, how are you going to use all of that? Is it humanly possible for you to use all of that before the end of the year? Because I highly doubt it. However, this is something that happens, and then you're stuck with all this product. You wasted all of this money. So what are you supposed to do now? And sometimes the MLM company will even say you're not allowed to sell it at a discounted price, or you're not allowed to sell it on eBay or Amazon or whatever. But I think that if you have that product, and if you left the MLM company and now you're trying to get rid of all of it, I mean, they're the ones that purchase the inventory. So just let them get rid of it, because what are they going to do? Just let it sit on their shelves and then it's just going to go bad? I am happy that this person was able to get rid of some of their product and be able to get some kind of compensation for it. Probably not the same amount that you paid for it, but at least you got something. And I know that that still sucks because you still spent more than you were able to get back, but some people aren't able to sell any of it. And of course, the part where you donated, thank you for donating, because yeah, that's a great thing to do, which is why if some people, I know that I've seen it and I've also kind of given it the side eye where I see people that have products within shelters and stuff. So this is a great example that it might not be being sold to these people. It might just be getting donated to them. But anyway, Tiber wasn't my only MLM. In 2020, when Tori Belle Cosmetics was making its move to Canada, I was approached to get in on this amazing ground floor opportunity. Yeah, Tori Belle started at the, I believe the end of 2019. That's the first time I ever saw it pop up, was around the end of 2019. I couldn't make it with Tiber because our town was saturated. It was about 9 months later that Tori Belle officially launched in Canada, and in that 9 months, the lady who was the first Canadian leg in our team, I was 2 down from her, had a huge team and became one of the top leaders in that first month. I worked my tail off for Tori Belle, about a year and a half, 9 months of that being pre-launch. Racked up my MasterCard and took out a line of credit for my business expenses every week investing new product. That breaks my heart. So to some of the reps that say, oh, this doesn't happen. Yeah, clearly it does. Oh my gosh, this is so horrible. The product was just too pricey, and anyone I did recruit didn't do much more than personal use. In training, oh my gosh, I fell for it all. As an introvert, I needed some skills. I needed personal development. Ray Higdon, gag. Michelle Cunningham, Jenna Kutcher, Wendy Lee, Brendan Bouchard. That was expensive, and then I forgot to cancel and ended up paying for a whole other year. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Bob Heilig, changing those red light stories to green light stories. Mindset, baby, and more. And not only did I go into debt, but I had no time for my husband and special needs child and struggled to keep up at my full-time 9 to 5. I just kept telling myself, soon there'll be freedom. That makes me so sad. And this is one thing, this is a good point to bring up, that this person as an introvert needed some kind of skills. I would have to agree with that, because as I might not seem like it on camera because I have been talking into a camera for quite a number of years now, but I am a huge introvert in person. If you ever see me in person, I'm probably super awkward. So if I'm ever really quiet, it's not that I'm ignoring people or anything like that. I'm just super introverted. So this I can actually understand that how I needed some skills. So a lot of times MLM reps will say, oh, anybody can do this. You could do this from your phone. You could do this if you've never done it before. But in my opinion, I think that in order to be in an MLM company, you have to have some kind of skills. You have to be able to sell, because that is predominantly what you're doing within the MLM. You have to be good at selling things, because you have to sell not only the products, but you have to sell the opportunity. And more times than not, there's more incentive to sell the opportunity within these MLM companies. So having to pay for all of these other trainings and things like that, yeah, I can definitely see how this is racking up all of the business expenses, and it's really racking up, like this person said, their MasterCard. But anyway, let's continue. Christmas of 2021 just about burned me out, and I could see how unhappy my daughter was. Oh, that's something I wanted to mention, because the last part where it said that she had no time for her husband and special needs child and struggled to keep up at her full-time 9 to 5. That's the reality for a lot of people. And it makes me so sad, because I have gotten comments on previous videos talking about how they lost time with their children. And that makes me so sad, because this is a reality. And I really truly hope that some of these reps in the future who are all about, oh, I can work from home and be with my kids, are you actually present with your kids? Or are you just physically, your body's just physically there? But are you actually emotionally invested in what's going on? Are you actually there? And for some of these reps, I truly hope that they don't regret this in the future, that they don't regret losing so much time with their kids. I really, because that's heartbreaking to me. So that part, I'm so sorry that I forgot to mention that, but that just breaks my heart. It really does. Because when I was in the MLM, yeah, I lost a lot of time with my loved ones because I was constantly like this on my phone. Okay, what can I turn into content? Okay, so I have to schedule this post, and then I have to schedule another one about 3 hours later, and another one. Let me check on this person. Let me check in on my challenge groups. So it's not just, I can work from my phone. It's in pockets of time. No, it was literally all the time. I had my nose or my head down and just paying attention to my phone. But anyway, let's keep going. As well as this time, Tori Belle started a line of nutraceuticals. I was disappointed in this and felt we should just stay in our lane. So that was something, if you guys remember from, I forget, was it May, that I did an interview with the CEO of Tori Belle, and she actually had talked about that in the conversation that I had with her. There's no Zoom call with her because she didn't agree to me recording it and putting it up on my channel. So if you just want to take my word for it, that's fine. But I don't have a physical recording of it because she did not agree to it. So then it says, and I was starting to doubt this amazing leader who got it all started for us. I decided I was done. Failed. I stopped attending the weekly calls, stopped purchasing the product, and gave away my inventory. By March, this amazing leader, who has basically been MIA for several weeks, announces that she's moving to Trinont. By now, I had been following you and other anti-MLM content and literally laughed out loud when watching her message to us. There has to be a jump ship script out there for all of these greedy leaders. Anyway, I'm glad I got out when I did, and I'm slowly and surely picking away at my debt. And I really hope that you're able to get out of this debt that you have accrued from this MLM company, because that's heartbreaking to me. Continuing on, back to Tiber River Naturals. The products were originally sold in retail stores and went to MLM when the creator took on her partner, I believe in 2012-ish. There is a fair amount of info online about them, which I'm going to have to look into this company as well, because as I said in the beginning of this, I have never heard of this company. With Tiber River Naturals, there is a video that I want to play for all of you, and it is of them shutting down their MLM side of things. And the person that sent me this said, the video below, if you can access it, is how we all found out after much backlash. The co-owners did a Zoom that was much more heartfelt. They said they decided to share the news the way they originally did because they were too emotional and wouldn't have been able to get through it. I'm going to go ahead and play that video for you guys now.
Hi everyone, I'm Adriana.
And I'm Michelle. We hope the holiday season brought you many gifts of gratitude, peace, and joyful times with those you love. 2023 is here now, and the new year brings some changes and opportunities to share with you.
We're now 3 years into the COVID-19 global pandemic. Unprecedented changes and adaptations have been made by people both in their personal lives and professional. Tiber River has not escaped the harsh reality of supply chain issues, increasing shipping costs, record high interest rates, and changes in consumer behavior. These issues have led Tiber River to experience significant challenges, causing us to reevaluate our business model.
The pandemic has also changed how people meet, gather, and how we spend time with loved ones, friends, and associates. All of this affects sales of household goods and self-care products. After 3 years into the global pandemic, we wish things had gotten better and sales had been stable, but unfortunately, it hasn't.
Sadly, in our evaluation, it has become clear that the ambassador program in its current state is no longer viable. Therefore, we'll be moving to a direct-to-consumer sales model. Customers will still be able to shop for Tiber River products online and in our retail location. Unfortunately, there will no longer be any commissioned sales effective February 1st.
We recognize this change will be especially difficult for you. We know you may feel sadness and may even be angry with us. We understand and are truly sorry. We are making this necessary change to continue to create products that our customers and community love. We want to ensure you that all commissions earned up to January 31st, 2023 will be paid in full.
As part of Tiber River's new way forward, we're excited to be offering a new loyalty program that recognizes our appreciation for you, for our customers, and for the happiness our products create. We know that many of you, your friends, your family, have been loyal customers, and we are so thankful for your support and your passion. We hope you continue to support us as we move forward. Please check your email, which we'll be sending shortly, for all details.
Thank you for listening today. Again, we are so sorry how this change may affect you. This is no reflection on how deeply we value each and every one of you as partners, friends, and for those of you who've been with us since the beginning, even family. We would not be here without you, and we are truly grateful.
There's one thing we've learned from the pandemic. It's how creative, hardworking, and innovative the people are who make up our Tiber community. There's a place for every one of you on our journey ahead. Thank you for being part of the Tiber River community. There's still a lot of happiness to be shared. Please contact our customer service team with any questions you have, and everyone will do their best to respond as efficiently and quickly as possible. Thank you for your patience, for your understanding, and please watch for all the details on the loyalty program rolling out starting February 1st. We wish you all a happy new year, full of new discoveries and goals, happiness and peace.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
Hey guys, Editing Monica here. This video is also proof that MLMs can shut down at any time. Apparently this was unexpected for most people, and this shows that MLMs are not your own business. Rhonda told me in her email that originally the owners didn't share the news via Zoom because they were too emotional and wouldn't have been able to get through it. I don't know why, but I don't believe that. I know they had a little bit of time between when they sent an email about the shutdown and their Zoom, so they could have pulled themselves together. However, only one of them seemed somewhat emotionally tied to this, and that would be Adriana. It was very scripted, and while I know how it is to have a script to make sure you're hitting every single point, but a scripted shutdown notice just reminds me of the scripted YouTube apologies of people sitting on the floor with a gray hoodie. This gives me this should have just been an email type of vibe. I know that's how they originally announced it, but how is this Zoom more heartfelt? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but anyway, back to the video. The one thing I don't like is that they call it an ambassador program, but that's not what this is. It's a multi-level marketing company. And I can't stand, I know I've said this so many times on this channel, but I can't stand when they try to put different names and labels and stuff like that on the multi-level marketing industry or MLM reps. You are an MLM rep. You're a distributor for a company. You are a 1099 independent contractor. You are essentially, at the end of the day, you're a salesperson. You're trying to sell certain things to your friends and family, along with whoever else you can find online to harass and annoy the shit out of. So there is, that's what it is. Call it what it is. If the MLM industry is so great, then call it what it is. Scream it from the rooftops. Don't try to mask it with some fancy schmancy name so that you can hook, line, and sinker people into your MLM company. But let's go over here. It's the customer loyalty program. Here it says VIP wholesale program. And if you guys see me like really looking, it's because the letters are very small. So I'm just trying to make sure that I read it properly. But this program was created especially for you to continue to serve your family, friends, and customers. We wanted to create something that would allow you to continue to earn on income in the manner you have become accustomed to. Important details. Minimum order value is $1,000. There is no minimum quantity amount you must purchase. There is no minimum monthly spend you must make. Shipping costs to you will be covered by Tiber. Additional sales incentives to be discussed and determined. So it has the invoice amount and then percent discount. So $1,000 orders, 20% off. $2,000 orders, 25% off. $3,000 orders, 30% off. $4,000 is 35%. $5,000 is 40%. So you're telling me that within this customer loyalty program, that the minimum order value is $1,000 and you'll get 20% off on a $1,000 order. Are y'all out of your minds? This this is just mind-blowing to me. You expect people, I mean, some people probably will, but you expect people to spend $1,000 just to receive 20% off. And from what I've seen, they have like soaps, lotions, stuff like that. You can easily get these products at drugstores if you want to do that, or you can find other ones for much less than this, and you don't have to spend $1,000 to get 20% off. That is just mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. I want to know who is spending $1,000 just to get 20% off? Or even who's going to go ahead and order $5,000 worth just to get 40% off? Can you even use that amount of product within a year or before it expires? Just, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish up with this. So it says, as an ambassador with Tiber River, you earn a significant income for yourself and your family. We don't want you to lose that ability and want to provide you a similar way you can continue to earn an income selling the products you already know and love. Please click the link below to schedule a time with us to discuss the additional details. We can answer all of your questions and provide you with support for the transition. Michelle and Adriana. If you choose not to participate in this program, you will be enrolled in the Happiness Perks Loyalty Program, and we will need your decision by January 26, 2023, which has already passed. If we do not receive a response from you by that day, we will enroll you in the loyalty plan on described above. I'm just mind blown by the amounts that you have to spend and what discounts you will get if you spend that amount. But there was one last thing I wanted to share from this person, because we did go back and forth through email. And so I did ask them if I'm able to share this story, and they said, I'm definitely okay with you sharing my story. I know that most fall prey to MLMs when they're vulnerable. I would like to add that since ending my relationship with Tori, Belle, not so much with Tiber as I wasn't there to grow a team, I'm feeling quite saddened by the loss of what I thought were friendships. These people lifted me up and made me feel valuable. It really felt authentic, but since leaving the company, not one of my team continues to engage in my social media. I have the cutest little 10-month-old grandson, congratulations, who floods my feed, and not one comment since I left. I really thought I'd be making friends. It's been quite discouraging. That to me is so sad because that happens all the time. It's happened to me as well, that as soon as you leave the MLM, that sisterhood, those friendships, all of that, it's not real friendships and it's not real relationships. It's not authentic is what I'm trying to get at. These people only want to hype you up and love bomb you. Why is that? It's because at the end of the day, you are there to make a paycheck. You are there to make them a paycheck, because the bigger their team, the more bonuses they have, the more money they're going to have coming in. Now, whether that money is take home or if they have really nothing left over because of business expenses, taxes, whatever else they decide to add to that, I mean, that's on them. But this was just so sad to me. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, Rhonda, for sending your story to me and for sending me that information. So I guess I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know if you guys have any comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.